NFL fans, after our triumphant week 1, we are here. We are back, excited for week 2. Welcome to the Friday Football Roundtable, sponsored by Coors Light. I'm the top Romain, joined by D Jizzle, aka Derek Gabriel. Week 1 in the NFL was one that was filled with explosiveness for some, failures for others. This week we are talking top performances at the head. First off, what a performance by Tom Brady, Derek. I mean, he made it look too easy out there, throwing 517 yards, and that's without his new toy, Ocho Cinco. I'm going out on a limb here, Derek. These guys may go all the way to the big dance this year. Pipe dream or reality? What do you think?
I think the Patriots look good in the Tafa. They looked awesome. I mean, let's keep in mind, though, the lockout has a lot of these guys on defense looking like they're not sure what to do. You know, the Patriots came out with a big advantage, of course, which is they have, let's quite frankly face it, the best coach in football. So Miami looked a little bit behind. I think the Patriots are going to be good up until about week 6 or 7 or 8. Then people are going to start to catch on, figure out what's going on. And let's face it, I do not see Chad Ochocinco making that big of an impact this year. I mean, let's just be real.
All right, so another guy who had a big week was Mr. Cam Newton. Cam finished the game with 24 of 36 for 422 yards, the most yards ever by a rookie quarterback in his debut. I mean, they lost the game, but Cam was very impressive. Can he do it again and again down the road, Derek?
Well, I think he did something with his debut performance, which is he picked up the support of his teammates, showing them, I am a leader. I'm willing to stick it in there, get the ball to my big play receiver, Steve Smith, in a lot of situations. And let's face it, he looked big in the pocket coming down in the stretch. He just fell a little bit short. I'm looking for big things from him, and this is from a guy that was not a believer at first. I think he's going to do well in the NFL this year.
All right, so time for the picks of the week. Chargers versus Pats. And right away, Tom Brady is the name that will be mentioned right here. 517 yards. Don't forget about Wes Welker with that 99-yard touchdown pass. Good golly, Miss Molly, I'm going with the Pats. What about you, Derek?
Well, I'm going to be a little bit salty with this one. I'm not going to be a front runner like somebody I know. I'm still carrying a chip on my shoulder because that was my team he put up that 517 against. But more importantly, I think San Diego is going to come out looking like they did last week. Their defense looks spectacular. They held McNabb to a pitiful 39 yards while Phillip Rivers was able to put up 335 on his own. And I like the 1-2 punch that they got going on in the backfield. Ryan Matthews and Mike Tolbert. Tolbert had 3 touchdowns. I'm looking for the defense to cause some more turnovers. I'm picking San Diego.
All right, so in our second pick of the week, Philadelphia heads to the ATL Shouty. What are you thinking, Derek?
I'm going to be honest with you. I think Philadelphia looks really good. Michael Vick is going to be rolling on 125% emotions. The defense is going to look great. They're going to follow Chicago's blueprint, which held Atlanta last week to 12 points. I mean, Matt Ryan just did not look too good. Looked a little shaky in the pocket. Philadelphia is probably going to look to pick apart that secondary early in the game, loosen it up for LaShawn McCoy later on to get some yards. I'm picking Philly.
All right, we finally agree on something. Mike Vick back in the house that he helped build, back to tear it down. 14 for 32, 187 yards, 2 touchdowns. 2 names also, McCoy and Jackson, both combined for over 200 yards. Them ATL boys ain't putting up them kind of numbers. I'm going with Philly as per usual. Lastly, the New Orleans Saints and Chi-Town will be dancing. I think Jay Cutler had a heck of a first week, but come on, my fantasy pick, quarterback Drew Brees had a much better one against a tougher matchup in the Packers. I'm going with the Saints. What about you, Derek?
Well, I think the Saints defense has a lot to prove after giving up 42 points to Aaron Rodgers. I mean, quite frankly, the man looked like Brett Favre reincarnated out there. I think they're trying to prove something. They're going to come back. They're going to blitz a lot. Greg Williams has a lot to prove. And let's not forget, Urlacher just might be out this week because he's got some family issues he's dealing with. But my X factor this week, guys, if you do not have him on your fantasy team, pick him up. That is Robert Meacham with Marcus Colston being out. I'm looking for him to have a big game. I'm picking the New Orleans Saints over the Chicago Bears.
All right. Don't forget, last week, 2-1. The other guy over there, 1-2. So, actually, our picks are pretty close this week, so we might end up on, the same record.
I'm trying to bounce back.
There, we'll see what happens. All right, so that's it for week 2 picks in the can. Tune in again this Sunday on CBS TV2 for the hottest action in the AFC. We'll see you next time, same place, same time for the Friday Football Roundtable, sponsored by Coors Light.
It's the Coors Light Win the Ultimate Fan Cave Contest. All you have to do is scratch and win at Caribbean Saloon, Shipwreck, Fat Turtle, Sibs, and Fort Christian Brew Pub. Spell touchdown, then enter to win the grand prize.